Hey, community.
Hey, we are
1, 2.
Comic Talk.
And we're back.
We are. It's good to be back, especially under these circumstances.
But we're not back for just any old reason.
No,
We have a guest,
a very
actually.
special guest.
And we would like to bring him on.
Yeah, and before we do, what I'd like to quickly make mention is this is an individual that has supported us ever since that I know that he started. I mean, and now that I find out.
I'm always seeing him in our chat.
Well, I mean, he's doing more than just supporting us as a single person. He's actually seeming like he's trying to he's recruiting. Ha! No, okay. So beyond us, this gentleman does so much for the community. Hey, Rod. Hey, Hunter. Flashpoint. This person does so much for you guys. I mean, this person's always there. I'm finding out this person only gets like an hour's sleep. Hey, Toucan. Like today, and who knows what he does on average in a day. He helps others, and seemingly, this is his almost life goal. I mean, this guy has a heart that's I don't know how it fits in his body. Um,
He does a lot of things for others. He's told us, he's been starting this since a young age, actually.
As far as traveling around the world, I guess without further ado, I'm going to do my best and try not to cry through this whole thing. But this guy is the best, man. And you guys know it too. But hey, Mr. Ken, Mr. K. Titus, sir, how are you?
I'm good, and how are you guys doing?
We can't complain. We're good. We are led to understand that you had received some packages from a Mr. Discovery Bay, JB.
Yes, I've actually got two packages, and one came in on Sunday, and then another one arrived like 2 months ago. So, yes,
Wow.
JB at Discovery Bay does deliver around the world to everyone. Yes.
Wow, if I would have known you would have did that, I would have made you big. That was fucking awesome. Yeah, JB's an awesome guy. He's formulated a whole channel with basically shouting people out. And I think that might be the first where I had seen you was on that channel. So,
Yeah,
hey, JB.
I actually learned about JB from Wink Inc.
And yeah, I appreciate JB doing what he does, along with Rod and all these other guys that are on the channels that are constantly shouting out other people and other channels and individuals like yourself. Without them, we would never have met, and I'm grateful for that. So to everyone out there in the community and those especially in the chat, thank you.
Watch Discovery Bay and never miss a
Exactly.
live stream. Yes.
Exactly. So hey, man. So you said you had two packages.
Yes.
All right. So how about you describe to us how those two packages came into your possession, if you would, please, sir?
Yes. He actually does these spin the wheels, and on the spin the wheel, I was lucky, I guess. And he says he delivers around the world, and yes, he does. But it's more than the prizes. I actually like what he does and his personality. He's to me, he's like a brother in Christ. So I love it.
Yeah, you know, he along with many others in our community have brought people together. He keeps making mention of his father and how he believes, in my interpretation, that he is doing his father proud by doing the show that he's doing. And
Yes.
and I think that's one of the reasons why I think, self-obligated these deliveries around the world, because I have to say, JB, you're a fucking nut. Yeah, but that doesn't mean I don't appreciate you. That just means that, wow, that's rad that you do these things, man. And it's awesome. It really is.
Yeah. Well, it's more than that. I mean, I like the way he approaches everything. He's not thinking about himself. He's thinking about the others and trying to make everybody feel happy. So to me, he's the man. So,
You know, and I agree, because he's become almost a part, like, you know how you wake up in a morning routine, and I don't know what yours is, but if I may give you mine, and I
Yeah.
hopefully guys, who wake up, we may use the restroom, we'll brush our teeth, and from there we have our own unique routines after, right?
Yeah.
Well, one of which has become to watch JB. You know what I mean? It's just become routine to, oh wow, it's 9:30, it's time to turn it on. And hey JB, if you're watching still, oh okay, it's 9:32. He should be on by now.
Well, actually, I now have my wife sleeping in the living room on the floor on the bed there because I gotta watch every night. She's like, I need my sleep. Okay, you can go to sleep. I got the big king size bed. You can have the futon and the baby for a couple hours, and I gotta make sure I don't never miss it.
And it's crazy because I have now figured out your time. You're at exactly 8 hours in difference from us. So JB, he's only north of me. Still puts him in the same time frame. So when he's doing his show at 9:30, JB, this guy's up at 1:30 watching you like a nut.
I can't miss it. I can't miss it. I mean, I love the way he approaches everything.
Yeah, you know what? There's many people in our community, and JB also being one of them, that have this energy level, that have this I don't know, just this charisma, this personality it's fun to watch. Beyond the flash, beyond everything else that of all the work that these individuals do, I think what we gravitate most is certain personalities, not just content. And and I've warmed up to a lot of the people that I feel that are similar in personality.
Yeah, I just wish he had a lot more supporters. I mean, he deserves it in reality. I mean, he does a lot for everybody. So I wish other channels would shout him out because he shouts everybody out.
You know what? I do agree, and if I would say in defense of everyone here that I see in the chat, I would say everyone needs to grow a little, and I think what is hindered most is the fact that the new YouTube, how they've restructured your stuff to where you can't just tap on someone.
Right.
So I believe in part that has hurt a lot of people from growing. You know what I mean? So
True.
a lot of people here that have done so much for the community that, like what you're saying, I don't think they get their recognition, beyond a quote unquote just a reward of viewership or subscriptions, but the overall recognition of the selflessness that they do, much like yourself, an individual that's traveled. Now listen to this stuff, people. 87 countries. I mean, come on, think about that. If you were to break it down from the age that you travel, let's just hypothetically say he's 50, and let's say hypothetically he's traveled since he's 10. In that 40 years, he's traveled 87 countries. Break that down. You're talking, around 8 months, maybe 9 months. You're in and out of different countries. And it's not like just for the pure gratification of cruising around the world and checking things out. I mean, your purpose was a little greater than most, right?
Yeah, I like to do volunteer work. I mean, I like to work with, people that are in need, natural disasters, people that got cancer, pretty much quite a few different things. I spent 8 years in Indonesia, and that's a third world country. So, I mean, when I was there, I had been stabbed and a few other things, but it never stopped me because there's too many people that are in need, don't have food, don't have water, don't have, the necessities of life. So I was there during the Bali bombing. You had 1,000 people blown up. I was there during the time it had happened. I was like, maybe a kilometer away, and I just missed the bombing, but at least I was there in time to help people. So, yeah, they had 2 big Bali bombings there in Indonesia, and that was pretty bad, but it was like God's time. I was there, perfect timing.
Yeah, you're an inspiration, I feel, to many, in the sense that definitely when I had gone to the post office and I was doing some stuff, the owner of the post office had walked to the front and had heard some of the discussions that I was having, and it doesn't matter the point of that discussion. What I'm really getting at is he made recognition that certain people were doing certain things that were selfless in the time of when there was no excuse to have. Meaning, a lot of people will say, "Oh, I would love to be able to help people if I wasn't so busy with work or if I wasn't doing this or that." But I found myself, even like him, he was no longer at school. I was no longer at work. We were no longer doing a lot of things, and we're like, how can what excuse do we have not to help? We didn't have one.
Well,
So
you're actually helping the community. I mean, as you said, it seems like it's a little slow or you're not doing anything, but in reality, you are. So, I mean, I've been watching your channels and I feel touched many times watching it. So,
well, and thank you. But again, back to you. You've been exactly what I think many of us have needed, in the sense that we need to, I think, really recognize that we're all okay. We all can help in any amount of way that, whatever insignificant, I guess we think of it as
yeah,
you said, it's significant to others, even if we don't see it. And I think that's something that I think all of us need to recognize.
yeah.
And I know, speaking for me, I had forgotten. I know that it got to a point that it got tough, so I had forgotten certain things. And again, that's why I'm glad you're here. You're
But just remember,
you're
I mean,
more than
it's not really, it doesn't have to be about for you. I mean, it's for the others. I mean, it's how you touch them. We're doing things for God. We're children of God. So don't try to think of it as, oh, I'm not getting anything done. You're trying, and God knows what you do. I believe we're in the end of times, the way things are changing nowadays. I really do. I mean, we've got famine, we've got sickness, we've got disasters. I mean, we're in the end of the time. So the more we do to try to show love, give love. I mean, even out of if 100 people, one person is touched out of the 100, I'm happy. One out of 1,000, I'm happy. At least I know I'm trying. I'm a failure as much as everybody else. I mean, I've failed a lot of times. I mean, I'm not saying I'm perfect, but at least I try other ways to be a child of God. Successful, not successful, I'm trying. That's what you got to think of. You're a child of God. So do it in God's eyes. Not what am I doing, and is it really affecting anyone? Even if you affect one person, it changes somebody. It changes something. That's what you got to think of.
right.
So
Yeah, and I again, I do know that your presence in the community, your presence in the community has definitely changed a lot of people. And I again, I know by you just being here is changing my outlook a lot, and I'm grateful. So thank you. And if you don't mind, I would love to at least see one of the two boxes. If you could open up maybe the first one sent by JB. And how long ago did that first one come to you?
well, the first box arrived about a little over 2 months ago. I actually sent JB some boxes and they didn't arrive, and I feel really bad. I mean, it's taken the post office. I've been checking the post office like freaking 2-3 times a week. I actually blew up at the post office, and they're like, "Well, what can we do? It's Corona, this, and package is not going through. Even FedEx is not working to Japan from here. You've only got
Right.
DHL and like regular small letters." So I sent out a couple of things the other day in like small envelopes to some people because they're just not accepting to America, only DHL. So had I
Wow.
known that before, I would have rather spent the money.
I had not known that, and I would have not known that. It
Well, I
seems
feel,
odd that there's only one service that's able to get out of there.
yeah, I feel like shit. I feel bad.
You're doing what's right. You did. I mean, it's an act of kindness. I mean, yeah, how can you feel bad about a kindness? You just got to lecturing us about this.
I know, but to me, JB is like he's like my brother.
I
It's
get
hard to
it.
explain. I mean, I feel close to him, and he's a good guy. So I really wanted to see his reaction. I wanted to see his kids' reactions. So It's kind of hard to explain.
I
I
believe me
really
when I
wanted to
say
see
I
the
do
audience
get it.
reactions.
I get it.
So, all right. Well, I'll show you the first box he had sent. Okay, I received 2 Funko Pops. All right. The first one. These are ones that I won.
Whoa.
Look at that. Wait, let's make this. Look, that's awesome.
Make it big.
Yeah, okay, let's go ahead and let's make this layout big. Here we go.
Let's see here. Okay, maybe. Is that better?
Oh, look at that. Yeah.
I mean, that thing's heavy. And then I won Nick Fury.
Oh, wow.
So after that, I had one, and he had given me some comics. I've actually read them all. Variant,
Oh, nice.
Injustice. This was a really interesting book. I'm not sure if you know it or not.
That is that die?
I'm not quite sure it is. It's got like a very interesting story to it.
Yeah, I don't know what that one is.
It's actually pretty good. I've read
Yeah,
it.
and it's a PX variant.
It's got some really interesting stories.
Yeah, I think it is die. It's a PX variant of die. That's what Hunter's saying.
Batman.
There you go. And Die is a very in-depth story. It's if I recall, I think John, the Comics with Kids, it's one of his favorites.
Yeah, I actually liked it. And then he gave me quite a few different Batman.
Oh, wow.
So I've read these like 5 or 6 times. Now I'm reading the new comics over and over. This one was pretty interesting.
Ooh, I love the cover.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah,
It's like Batman through the time.
It says 100 Batmans.
Yeah, that's cool. That's way cool.
It's 1,000 Batman.
Detective.
Yep, old detective. Yep. Wow, he gave you a lot of Batman comics there.
Yeah, I actually didn't win a lot, but he was awesome to send me other ones to read.
Oh, now hey, there you go. There, Midnight Suns. I think that's the first issue too.
Yeah, well, I never knew who Morbius was until I read this. And then 2 other comics he gave me: Spider-Man.
Wow. Yeah, that's the True Believers Morbius. Spider-Man 101. Oh yeah, there you go. Supergirl. Arkham.
So that's what he gave me on the first box. And then, like I said, I received another box. I actually won the same day I won from him. I won from Bear the Barbarian. And that arrived actually yesterday from Bear the Barbarian. I received...
Oh, wow. So wait. So how many different? Oh, you know what? And I think someone's supposed to send you something else too. Wasn't it like J Blitz or something like that? Was supposed to send something?
Oh no, Z collects.
Oh, okay. Z, that's who it was.
Yeah, Z's sending it through JB, I guess, because J Blitz told Z collects that he's sending me a box. So.
Oh, all right. Yeah, because it's definitely how should I say, challenging.
Yeah. But I mean, bless JB. I mean, he's not thinking of the money. He's just...
No, he's not. He's definitely in his AOKs, definitely when he says he's going to ship around the world, there's no way he's thinking about money when he's saying this.
Yeah.
So where are you displaying these things, if I may ask?
Around my bed.
Oh, that's cool.
I'm building a rack now for my comic books because he sent me 2 slabs. So I'm making a rack. It arrived in just the last package.
You're kidding?
Nope, that's it. What I wanted to show. I mean, I love it.
That is rad. So wait, okay, so you have Funkos that were shipped out, some regular comics, you got some slabs. So now what you're basically saying is now you have to actually set up a whole area for this stuff.
Yeah, because I've already set up a couple racks for my Funko Pops. Because Japan doesn't have Funkos, and I have not really been able to find comics either. So, I mean, now it's starting to build up. So I built up a rack for the Funko Pops, and I got one shelf. It's just for JBs. So I've got, this is a Discovery Bay, and then I'm also making a Discovery Bay rack, which I'm going to build against the wall.
You know, pretty soon you're going to have this whole JB shrine set up over there.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I've got my cactus already. Like, I've got all these cactus.
Oh, I love that. You actually, can you tell the community about that? Most people won't know about your hobby with cacti.
Well, I collect cactus. I have about 5,000 cactus. So I've got like quite a few rooms full of cacti. Quite a few.
And you're constantly, at this point, it wouldn't be considered cloning. It would be considered something else. What is that? You're grafting. A lot of times you'll make new stuff and graft, correct?
Yeah. Well, I'm actually cross-breeding them and making new breeds. So I've already made some cross-breeding. So I took some really expensive ones that are like $300-400, crossbred them and made new species, and I got the babies right here.
Incredible.
And here I'm gonna have more seeds here. This one, can you see?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna have seeds there. Just crossbreeding them, and that's kind of another hobby I have. And then collecting glass. So I have sake glasses like you wouldn't believe.
Really?
Yep. And those are some other hobbies I like to do. The cactus, I love the flowers. I mean, the blooms are just gorgeous.
I agree.
This year, though,
with the diversity that's out there, and I know in Asia, you know, it's a big hobby. It's easy to find a lot of people that are into it. Oh, so yeah, no, I'm a big fan of a lot of different. I'm trying to remember what it's called. It has a neat name. People that are into it.
I had a cactus once.
You did.
One time.
We need to get a couple more. Well, now that we're almost done out there in the backyard, we can start doing a layout. You know what I mean? I'm so close to being done in the backyard.
It's one of the easiest plants to grow. You water it once a month, and they grow pretty slow, so they're really easy to take care of. Not like a wife. I mean, a wife is kind of like morning, afternoon, evening, night. Where's my dinner? Where's my lunch? Give me a massage. You know I got a backing, honey. Yes, dear. Yes, dear. Whatever you say. Okay, okay.
And depending on the breed, less prickly too.
Yeah. Well, I got some that are completely have nothing on them, and then others that are like crazy. So like these here, they're spineless. But like this one here, it's a $500 cactus.
Damn.
Spineless. But others, man, the spines will just kill you.
Yeah, there's a couple of breeds that actually have like long hair instead of just spine. The spines are like hairy.
Yeah. Well, the hair ones are the worst because those things that get under your skin, you can't see them. And I mean, for like 3 weeks, 4 weeks, it's really irritating. I have one that I bought because some kids were cutting it and destroying it. I felt really bad, so they were going to throw it away. So I said no, and I bought it. And so it's really grown out quite well, actually. This one right here.
Wow, you really do have this stuff throughout the whole house, don't you?
But see, like here it was cut. But I mean, got really small little fur on it. But, oh, it hurts like hell. 3-4 weeks. This one here cost me about $200.
Damn.
Enjoyable.
That's amazing.
Damn.
Yeah, I
And
mean,
then
and the patience and everything that's involved in that, because you can't. I mean, you have to know what you're doing to start, grafting some of these things. You can't just arbitrarily be grabbing pieces and sticking them together and hope that it'll work out.
now another hobby I have is like these.
Sake glasses,
Yeah, so this is
nice.
gold.
Does that have a gold flake on the bottom?
It's real gold. It's 24 karat.
Oh wow!
So it comes in a set of 3. One's supposed to be for good health. One's supposed to be for wealth, and then family and love. And then, I mean, this one I made.
Oh, now how did you make it?
I go to different glass shops. I've made a few different glasses.
Oh
So
my God! How many different hobbies do you have? Oh, that's gorgeous.
I mean, I've made quite a few. I made this one,
Oh wow!
and it's just full of sake cups. I got like maybe about 400.
Now, are you a connoisseur, or are you just like making the cups?
Well, I just like to make it, and then like the designs. So I have from different countries quite a few cups as well. So keep you busy. Marriage slowed me down though.
Well, that can happen. I'd say we open up that other package.
Sounds good to me. All right. So I had actually won 2 pops. I had one, the Goblin,
That's nice.
and I won Bazooka Joe.
And again, that was from Bearded, right?
No. This is from
That was from JB also?
Yeah.
Wow.
So I won those, and then I won a comic.
JB really be.
This one here I won from him. And it's funny because Winking just bought a box, and he actually got the same comic.
That's
Shadow.
rad.
And after that, he sent me 2 other pops he gave me. The Flintstones.
Oh, hey, Wilma.
Yeah, hi, Boo Boo. Where's my big biscuit? Yeah, hey. Hello, Mickey Mouse. Where's Minnie? Yeah, he gave me the little one. Oh, yes.
Oh, Yoda. There we are, the child. Baby Yoda. Nice.
Yeah, of course. And then he sent me a whole bunch of comics and slabs. For comics this time, Poison Ivy, Batman.
Nice.
And it's
Is that
funny
an
'cause-
original? So that has to be a reprint, right?
Nope.
Oh my God.
Nope. White pages.
Oh my God.
Spider-Man.
Oh wow. Wow. Are you
Spider-Man.
kidding me?
Archie.
Wow, he really gave you some rad comics.
And my favorite 2 characters besides who's that one? Who's that guy that died in the last Marvel movie?
Iron Man?
No, not before Iron Man. The one before, the one that had the thing in his head.
Oh, Vision?
Vision.
Vision. Yeah. So Vision's one of my favorite, as well as the Hulk and Wolverine. So it's funny. I don't know how he knew, but these are my 2 favorite. I love Wolverine and I love Hulk. When I was a kid, it was just. I remember when I was a little kid, my parents had bought a Spider-Man outfit for me, and we had like a 2-story house. I tried to climb out the wall thinking I'm Spider-Man. I fell and I broke my arms, my nose, and I was like coming in all bloody. He was like, "Hey, Mom, hey, Dad, how does Spider-Man walk on the wall? It didn't work." I felt so stupid. I had like 12 broken bones.
Ow!
Never again did they buy me another outfit. I wanted Wolverine. It was like, no way. He sent me this Superman book.
Oh. Wow, how many books? I thought you were over. He sent you all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, and then the final two.
Oh, the slabs, right?
6.0, but white pages.
Mr. Miracle. Are you kidding me?
And then the other one's a 9 point. It's Superman. I'm not sure exactly what's on his head.
Action Comics still a.
You know it?
I don't part one. No, I don't.
So
Yeah, I can't tell. It should say on the actual slab if it's anything.
From Krypton to Thanagar. I can't open it. I don't know the story.
And I couldn't tell you honestly either. But I can tell you, 2 slabs coming your way. That's rad. Rad gifts, JB. I mean, the pops, the slabs, the books. Oh my God.
Yep, he's a man. So he doesn't think about himself, which is awesome. He does what he says.
Definitely was thinking along the lines of DC. Do you normally read DC stuff?
I haven't read comics in years. I mean, living here in Japan, I haven't read something in years. So everything here is anime. I've tried looking for comic stations. I've tried to look for Pops, Funko Pops. I haven't been able to find anything.
Nothing. Huh.
You know, JB knew I didn't have any magazines, and boom, he sent me a lot of comics to read.
That's so cool. That is so cool. Yeah, I mean, now I got to figure out how to get some out there to you. I mean, I know I'm curious. 2 things. One, when did you start jumping on YouTube and checking out the comic channels?
I started probably around beginning of the year. I mean, I was watching about Cactus for the past couple of years. And then I saw something at the beginning of the year when I was at the high school I was working, and it was talking about Funko Pops. It was like, oh, what's a Funko Pop? And they're talking about how this thing costs $2,000. I was like, for a toy? So I started watching, and then I got watching one channel and another channel during every break at work. Started watching it at night, and picked out my best 2 channels now. I like Discovery Bay and Wink Inc.
So the Pops kind of led you into the whole comic stuff again.
Yeah, the comics actually, I got interested in the comics section after I saw JB, and he was talking about Pops with comics. So I started getting more interested in comics, so watching his channel. And then I started watching other channels because he shouted all these channels, and voila, here I am.
So the other one is, at this point, how many comics and Pops have you gathered at this point now? Now that you've opened up all your stuff, where are you at?
I've got a total of 26 Pops, and just only the comics from JB.
That's impressive. That's impressive in a short amount of time.
So, well, like I said, all the comics came from JB. He was awesome.
Between the Pops,
I won another two different ones for comics. So one was Z Collects. That's going to be two small packs of comics, and then something Altruism. I won. He's sending me like 30 comics, but he sent it by boat, so that'll take like 3 months to arrive, 2 to 3 months.
Oh my God!
But I mean, he sent me 30 comics, so.
Oh wow!
It was either he sent me Express, only about 5 comics, or he said he would give me 30, and I said, okay, go ahead, send the 30, something to read.
That's rad. That is so rad. I mean, I'm taken back by how many people are just giving, and the way they're giving. Because again, this is not. It takes some research to figure out what is best. You know what I mean? Because again, like you're saying, it's more optimal to go ahead and send 3 than 5, and even though you're talking a time duration, it's still it's optimal. That way you have something to read as opposed to something to read. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's here. It's reading everything in Japanese, so I'm losing my English, boss. I'm losing my English, if you know what I mean.
Yes, I'm sure it's an appreciated change. You know, you're sitting here going, yes, everything's in bubbles, but it's English.
Yeah, and I actually like the older comics better. I like things from back in the day, you know, when I was a kid. The newer, I don't know, the newer comics are all right, but I think the older ones are more interesting for me.
Yeah, well, you and I are only different. You're really close to my brother's age. You know, you and I are only difference by 5 years. So, you know, I do understand the flavored change, if you want to look at it. You know what I mean? Over the generations and over the styles that have transpired in those generations. That
Yeah.
there's a distinct difference in each time, and sometimes it's hard to get, I should say, acclimated to a whole different flavor of today than of yesteryear. The palate's not the same. It's definitely not.
Correct. Actually, what was that? Today's my wife's birthday.
Hey, happy birthday!
So she went out, her with the baby, and they're treating themselves to a day going to shopping and whatever else. So it was a perfect time for you to contact me about doing the live today.
Nice. Well, I'm glad it worked out.
She was like, I made her breakfast at 6:30, washed all the laundry, hung it out by 8 o'clock, and she was already gone. I was like, see ya, without the words.
That's a great birthday gift right there, to get the chores done. You know, nice to know that you don't have to do them, don't have to think about it.
She never does it anyways. She got married to an American, so she can have the relaxed life, buddy.
Oh.
I thought it was supposed to be the opposite. I thought, Japanese,
I think you're supposed to be on this side of the pond for that to work.
I wish. She spent quite a few years in Canada and the States herself, so she became too Americanized. It was like, it's the man's job.
Gotcha.
Okay, dear.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, it's kind of the same here. And then now my daughter's taking over, and he's been kicking in a little, so that helps. Got to get these guys trained young, or they don't do it at all.
Well, my mom she only had the boys do the work. So I was like, girls, you can find a man to take care of you. And there was 10 sisters. All 8 brothers and me. You do the cooking, the cleaning, you take care of the animals, and da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
Actually, why don't you blow the community's mind and actually tell them how many brothers and sisters you have?
I'll send you a photo later.
Okay. Should I post it or not? Oh, okay. Because you have an extensive family. You have one that would pain to pay for on those birthdays and on those holidays.
Yeah.
So that's where cards come into effect, right? Cards for everybody?
Yep. Christmas was pretty wild. Trying to find all these places to hide the presents, up in the attic and in the shed. And, here we used to pick the lock, and I would climb up into the attic and peek through everything. Oh, you got this. What? I didn't want that. I wanted something else, man. I was something cute, honey child. That was one of those.
Oh, that means everyone gets a swap. Everyone's close enough in age, and I'll take that. I'll take this.
Well, I didn't like my sister's hand-me-downs. I'll tell you that much. I didn't want to swap those things.
High heels and fishnets don't go good. No, I'm just kidding. Well, hey, Ken, I appreciate you being here, and I appreciate you showing all the stuff that you got on your AOK. is there anything you want to talk to or tell the community before we end up signing off?
Yes, everybody who's watching, please subscribe to Discovery Bay. He is actually a really good guy. And also watch One Comic Talk. 1, 2, and a Comic Talk. How'd you get 1, 2? You and your son?
That's correct.
I
You
looked
like
at
the
my Nintendo Switch and I remembered there was a game called 1-2 Switch, and instantly I thought of 1-2, and then
Oh.
I figured we were talking about comics, and that's
Well,
the
that's
first thing
actually
that
pretty
came to mind.
That's actually a pretty good name.
Yeah, we just wanted something that, you know, would be really easy to remember and something that would be simple, you know what I mean? That kind of reflect us as a 1-2 type thing. And yeah.
Well, I mean, that's most important is the bonding. I mean, we had such a big family. My father he worked like hours and hours. So he never had time for the kids. My mom was only for the daughters. So
It was a way for us to go ahead and have a shared interest and then be able to, I guess, not only archival sake, but to promote certain people, certain LCSs, things like that we're like, hey, we want, you know, if we can help out.
Well, it's also good for bonding.
Yeah, it's been pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, hey, we're out. Hey, from us at 1-2 Comic Talk, we appreciate you being here.
At 1-2.
At
1-2
Comic Talk.
You're supposed to say a half, and then I'm supposed to say a half. You said it all by yourself.
I did. That's how long it's been. So let's try this again. Ready?
From 1-2
Comic Talk.
We will see you guys later. Thank you, K Titus, for hanging with us.
Yes.
Make sure you guys go check him out and give him all the love.
Yes.
Thank you for hanging with us.
Thank you, K Titus. Bye.